Alright legends, Phil from Motorsport Tuning Solutions here again. So in this video we're going to look at doing a clutch kit on the 1JZGTE. Now there was a bit of confusion on exactly which gearbox that this setup had, this particular setup. So this one has a W58 gearbox. The customer has already purchased the clutch kit that is actually for a R154 gearbox. My understanding is that you can use this on the W58 gearbox because they are very similar gearboxes, but one can handle more power than the other, the R154 being the stronger gearbox. So in this video you'll be able to see, I'll put the engine and gearbox up on a table so you can see it nice and easy. You'll be able to see the process, stripping all the bell housing bolts off, separating the gearbox, disassembling the original clutch. We're going to take the flywheel off and get that machined, flywheel back on, new clutch kit. We'll double check to make sure that you can run a R154 specific clutch kit with a W58, so that'll be good information for anyone who's wondering. And surely if you haven't done one of these before and you haven't seen it on R154, you'll learn something. I'm probably going to learn some stuff as well, so hopefully you like, hopefully you enjoy. Look at how nasty it is. I'm going to clean all of this up, to be honest. And I know the customer did say don't replace all of these seals on the rocker covers, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's a 1JZ. It's out and it deserves it. Give it a nice clean up. Like, it's not supposed to look like that, is it? These are good. If you don't have these, extra long. One's got a ratchet on it. We use it as a bit of a power bar, so just crack it with a bit of leverage. So you've got a mixture of 14s and 17s on here. That nice cracking sound, always good. We've got these two 14mm bolts, and then the starter motor just goes through here, and the starter motor, there's a gear on the starter motor, and on the flywheel on the outside there's a gear tooth on there, and all it does is the starter motor spins that flywheel to spin the crank and turn the engine on. So every gearbox has one.
I love you.
Here we have it. Clutch was starting to slip, so under load, so this one's out the door. These are pretty good clutches actually, but its time must have been done. And then there's the inside of the gearbox. So if you didn't know, this shaft here, the inside of the spline, and this locator here. Inside of the spline goes into, let's see if it can focus into there. And then right in the back there is where the locator for the gearbox shaft is as well. Also, it's nice to have these as well. These are beautiful. Okay. Not beautiful if they don't fit, but they do. Hopefully the flywheel doesn't move too much. There you go. It's a nice sound, isn't it? There you go. Now I could go diagonally, but we are just taking this off and I'm only slightly cracking it. And I'll use my other box, which is this guy here, which has impact sockets. Not like it super duper matters, but it's always good to use the right stuff. Okay, we've got a 14. It's pretty good. Now, there's a little bit of an art to this, I would say. Basically, the art is don't go on an angle. Sit flush with pressure. Crack, 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 crack with impact. Okay, so I'm gonna run an extension on here just because I'm clashing into here. So nice and firm. I'm gonna put some air protection on. Come on, baby, be nice, be nice. There you go, look at that. Yummy, no damage at all. Nice and flat. Nice. Okay, and I'm not 100% sure if we can use this flywheel actually. So because it is an OSGeekin kit, whether or not it'll allow us to use that flywheel, I would say no, without even looking at everything. But we'll find that out. Now, look at the state of this thing. Got to clean this up. Holy moly! Definitely got to clean this up. Okay, so clutch kit is off. Clearly you can see that it's all nice and clean now. I still need to remove the obviously rear main seal and replace all this once I get all the parts, but at least I can see what I'm doing now. Took off the top section of the intake manifold, the plenum. This is because you can't get the standard wiring loom out because it goes to like a what do you call it? It goes to like a common manifold style sort of thing here, and you just can't get that out. So, because we're gonna have to do some trickery getting these different engines with different looms going. But that's all pretty easy, so cleaned all that. And then what I'm going to do is just do a full standard gasket kit. Obviously no head gaskets or anything, so it's not too expensive, but it's definitely a must to do. Cleaned all around the front. And then I wasn't actually potentially going to take off the rocker covers, but now that I look inside there, it's so nasty. The black abyss, so I can't help myself. I have to clean all this up. So I'm going to pull these rocker covers off. I'm going to have to pull out the coil packs anyway. I want to put brand new spark plugs in, gap them all, and there's probably going to be some issues with running these coil packs because the chassis that this engine came out of is running R35 coil packs with a custom loom. So we're going to have to do some trickery there. But let's get to it. Two things pop up. We've got the OS flywheel that comes in their kit that we're not using because this was on the engine. We can't use this with a stock style clutch kit, pretty much because their style is different, which is understandable. And then we've got the one of the rocker covers. One, it's got this little loose bit inside there. Not too sure what that is. And two, someone's just siliconed this up, all nasty like they must have dropped it. So two options for me on this. I'm either going to JB weld it, which is what they use when you crack your RB26 in your GDR, the block, or I'm going to actually get it properly welded. So I'll get that sorted. But everything's looking nice and saucy. Going to get a whole bunch of new gaskets and everything just to dial this in and make sure for the new owner it's all good. Okay, a few parts have turned up from Golby's Parts, so love you guys, thank you very much. Nothing too crazy. We've just got a metal gasket that goes in between the split intake manifold, the stock one. We've got new seals and gaskets to go for the rocker cover. One of these rocker covers, this one here, must have been dropped previously because it was cracked and snapped off and siliconed up. It was looking nasty, so got that all sorted. Some sealant and some like O-rings, rear main seal for the 1J. We've got some engine mounts here. These are hard race engine mounts for the built engine that's going into the CHASER. And then we're taking the built engines custom mounts that are for an S14, we're putting them onto the stock engine and that goes into the S14. Hopefully you like.